I want to say thank you to all of the people at the National Low Income Housing Coalition for gathering yet again. You all, frankly, are my community. This is how I started my career as an advocate for housing, as an organizer, as a lawyer, fighting against the scourge, the cancer in our country, of the lack of affordability of housing, the lack of availability of low-income housing, the horrific conditions that are out there in housing. This is an issue we must confront. If America is going to be who we say we are, in our national anthem, we speak of a home for the brave, a home of the brave. Well, how can you be that if you don't have a home? We have ideals of liberty and justice for all. Well, where's the justice in a nation where you can work a full-time job but not be able to find housing? We talk of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, essential to those ideals is housing. Housing is a civil right. Let me say that again. Housing is a civil right. And the reality in America right now is unacceptable. I see it in my community. I live in Newark, New Jersey, proud of that. Live in the Central Ward, a low-income, black and brown community where my neighbors work hard. They deserve housing, but yet you see people working full-time jobs and barely being able to afford housing. So many Americans are spending more than 30% of their income just trying to hold on to housing. And we know that this is not just a moral imperative or a civil rights, it's an economic one. Because when people don't have access to housing, we end up paying for it in other areas. Higher medical costs, criminal justice issues, even the suffering of our children whose economic potential is undermined by the insecurity that comes from housing insecurity. We have work to do. The reality we see right now is unacceptable. And it's not a matter of can we deal with it, it's a matter of do we have the collective will. And so I've put forward legislation like my Home Act. It focuses on folks who are paying more than 30% of their income, giving them the kind of tax benefits they should get to make sure they can have security in housing. It begins to address those streams, those trickles of resources from the federal government that are going to addressing this massive crisis. We need to increase our commitment in this country from the federal, state, and local level to affordable housing. This is something that I've been working on for my entire career. I stand with you in common cause. We are calling to the conscience of this country to be who we say we are. We are American patriots committed to making the truth of America real for everyone. I believe we will be victorious, that we will get more people to join our coalition, that we will get more people to stand up for American ideals made real and truly making this a nation that is the home of all folk, home of the brave. God bless you all, and I wish you well. I look forward to seeing you as we continue the work. All the best.